hello to you all. It's my great privilege to be here with you all with such esteemed panelists. So thank you. I got very inspired by both talks. I'm gonna come from a little bit different perspective, from musical perspective, and hopefully my PowerPoint point will work. Let us see if it's working. Just let me know.
We can see that. Thank you. We can see that.
Just if I skip to the other one, do you see the second one now or not?
Yes, 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 really.
Okay, thank God. It's working. So, my problem will be how to get everything I want to share with you in such a short time, in 15, 20 minutes. It's like, wow. Okay, I'm gonna do my best. And I'm gonna start with a quote of Nikola Tesla. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And I think we're coming to time when we're gonna actually go back to our past, because I do think that our future needs healing with the energy, with frequencies, with vibration, with music actually. Music actually touches us deeply, and it touches us on every level. And if we feel music vibrations, we can feel it with the whole of our body. And when we are in a sound environment, we are actually touched by sound, by music, outside to inside, and this what surrounds us actually affects how we're gonna feel, and how we're gonna feel it's gonna affect how we're gonna act outside. So music and sound gives us connection to our inner world and outer world. It's like a bridge between inner and outer world. I do not know if you ever wondered where does the word persona, personality comes from. Uh, there was one moment that it popped into my mind that persuonare actually means to sound. Persona means that we are in a complete resonance when we are aligned in our personality. So it's so important that we tune ourselves with the sound and music that surrounds us. And it does matter in what kind of sound environment we are. Because if we are in a supportive, harmonious musical sound environment, then we feel good. And if we are in a sound environment when there is a lot of distracting factors, disharmony, that affects us also. And how important it is to be tuned with music. It can still be seen in some African tribes where everyone who is born actually gets individual healing song. And when you are not aligned with yourself, the whole community is singing this song that you were given at your birth to get yourself into the harmony again. So, music is something that is a constant, psychological constant of man through time and space. And here on the left side, you can see flute, Neanderthal flute from Dialectical, and this was actually found in Slovenia. That's why I put it in here. And modern science just confirms the findings of ancient civilizations, because Already, ancient civilizations were totally aware of the effects of music and sounds that surround us. Ancient Egyptians and ancient Chinese were aware that the music on Earth, on planet Earth, is actually a reflection of cosmic rules that are in the universe. So it's so important what kind of music we put into this world, because this actually affects not just our mental health, it affects our holistic health, physical and mental. How does music affect us, and what kind of effects does it have on the brain? I like this photo, this picture, because you can see what happens in our brain when we're just listening to music. Here on the right side, we can see the brain's reaction to music. And actually, our brain looks like a Christmas tree because so many regions of our brain are activated when we're listening music. We can ask ourselves, why does music have such a transformational power? And the reason we can find in three types of answers. One reason is evolutionary reasons. Music is universal ability embedded in human genome, which means that each one of us has an inborn capacities for music making, for musical abilities. And if we go back to our coming to the planet Earth, why was music sent to us? What we could do with music? Music was sent to us as a tool of connecting to each other, to communicating with each other, and to healing, as a healing tool. And then we can go to the other reason, to developmental reason. We can see that music in language is the first means of communicating the emotions of the baby. And there was one scholar from Australia, and she explored that babies crying has different types of sound patterns that express baby's needs. And primary caregivers of a baby, they know what sound of a cry means and what the baby wants to communicate to us, what he needs. And music in language as means of a child, it's actually a tool of harmonization with the external world. So baby is regulating his emotions with the sound, with intonation and with rhythm in their nonverbal communication. And there are also psychological reasons why music has such an transformational power. And these psychological reasons are that musical activities such as listening, singing, acting, and composing are the best brain fitness. And as I already said, music has many beneficial effects of learning transfer on all the levels, on cognitive, on physical, on emotional and on social level. So, as I already mentioned, holistic effects of music can be seen on four different levels. On physiological levels, music can affect heart rate, depth of breathing, hormone secretion, muscle tension, etc. On emotional level, music is a tool for emotional regulation, for mood regulation, for increasing our self-esteem and to forming our identity. On cognitive level, music can be a source for increasing our concentration, attention, memory, spatial and temporal reasoning. And it was also confirmed that musical intelligence is closely connected to different intelligences such as spatial intelligence, mathematical intelligence, verbal intelligence. So it's all interconnected. But not the least, it's the level of the soul. Music brings a source of beauty to our human world, and it can increase our mindfulness, our flow, and our self actualization. So, when we can start using these effects of music? These effects work actually from conception to death. It was confirmed that these effects can be seen already in prenatal stage. And here on the right side, we can see this old lady. And in old people, music can be like an anchor to their memories from this life. Now, I would like to make a stroll how music can help us through our whole lifespan. So, if we start with the childhood, musical activities can be used as promoters of holistic development. In adolescence, musical activities can be used as means of emotional self-regulation and as a source of building one's own identity. If we go further to adulthood, music can be used as a means of coping with stress, anxiety, and depression. And in old age, music can be used as a means of alleviating the effects of aging, such as dementia, Parkinson's disease, or depression. But on the other hand, music is also a means of connecting with others. Today, I'm not talking about music therapy because this is just one part of music interventions that we can use to increase health and well-being. We can talk about different types of music interventions. We can talk about musicking. That means this is a type of intervention when we are singing together, playing together, for example, like in drum circles. That then the other music intervention is learning musical instrument or learning singing. And when we're learning musical instrument or singing, this holds many beneficial learning transfer effects on psychomotor, cognitive, and social emotional level. Another type of music intervention that is many times uh, many people do not know the difference between sound wellness or music therapy, and I would like to make a distinction here because sound wellness actually is based on healing with frequencies, and it uses like gongs or Tibetan bowls, crystal harp, and other instruments to primarily affect our body and through our body change emotional responses in body, cognitive responses in body. But you come to this therapeutic effects through healing with frequencies. Therapy is clinically an evidence-based use of music interventions to accomplish individualized goals within a therapeutic relationship. And I have to say that in Slovenia, we have Institute Knoll for music therapy and supervision now for already 10 years. And our music therapists are working in different social settings. Let's say they're working like in pediatric clinic, at oncology clinic. They're working in different others institutions. So they're becoming more and more included in our society. And now I would like to talk about different interesting research projects which are quite applied at our university. We had an interesting project, music therapy with children with emotional behavioral difficulties. We did this project with music therapists, and we also released a book. It's like a handbook for different professions who are working with children who have emotional behavioral difficulties, and the book is called Regulating Emotions and Behavior with Music. And there you can find different didactical tools how to use music to regulate emotions and behaviors in children who have difficulties on this level. Then we had interesting project, Music and Autism, which was then also formed in project Musical Ocean, where we promoted inclusive concerts. The other project that we are working on currently is a project promoting health and well-being with music in vulnerable groups. Um, the last project that we're working on right now is the project The Role of Music in Pediatric Clinic. And we also had one symposium, and we're preparing the other one at our Academy of Music, The Art of Inclusion and Unification Through Music. And the other one is Music for Health and Well-Being. So as you can see, we're working on many different levels how to use music as a form of social sustainability, because I do think that our future is encouraging us to use more of arts to make difference in our world. That's why I was saying at the beginning that we're coming back to our past. We're coming back actually to our origins, where music and sounds were used as a healing tool. And our question should be actually not how to get or create health and well-being through music. Our question should be how sound and music can help us to remain healthy, because all children who are in tune, who are aligned with themselves, they're harmonious. But our society, our environment is creating I would say, disharmonious environment that we're actually um, changing healthy children to unhealthy adults. So let us um, let us promote actually sound and music as a preventive tool, how to not create mental health problems and remain healthy and inspire and enhance well-being. That's why we also created two interesting projects for children. One was Behavior project, and here you can see one photo from this concert, who was created actually for babies and toddlers. And we wanted to inspire such a creative environment that with the sound and music and natural behavior of children, children, which is crawling, which is bubbling, which is communicating in their own way, how they can be supported with quality music. So this was really something that was so inspiring for my soul. And the other project was in combination with Slovenian Philharmony in Ljubljana. And we did a project in family concerts, which is dedicated to children from 6 to 12 years old who come with their parents and grandparents. And the concert was called Music and Emotions. And we also combined in these concerts with Ozare, which is a society in association in Slovenia for mental health problems. So I'm very proud of the project that we are doing because I'm very much sure that we have to use arts to make a difference in this world. So I would like to end with a quote of Slovenian composer Mari Kogoj, and he said, "There is nothing more beautiful and perfect in nature than music. It directs a man into the depths of his soul." And I would like to add, we need soul in this world, and we need music and sound that would support us to come back to our soul, to stay in our soul, and to connect our souls to get this world a better place. So thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Katrina, for giving us a new, fresh perspective about music, right from conception to gray, in different forms, vis-a-vis emotion and mental health. Katrina, you have beautifully explained the profound impact of music on mental well-being. I want to understand from your experience through the research and clinical work that you have been engaged into, that have you ever come across, I mean, what percentage of cases you have come across where individual experience significant healing only through music, just music alone, nothing else, not combined therapy? Or do you find that it is more effective when it is combined with other therapies or therapeutic approaches? What is your take on it?
My perspective on this is that it's it's always good to use a combination of everything, but I would like to emphasize that my doctoral student made a PhD thesis how we can use music therapy as intertwining between these physical and psychological effects. So, why is music therapy so effective? Because it works on both levels, not just on psychological level, but also on physical level. And we're now just applying for a Utopia project, Utopia Health, and we're gonna start using different methodologies. We're also gonna test how music therapy on neonatal ward can affect human genome. We're working this with Dr. Metka Raunik, who is a biochemist, and we're looking forward to see what benefits it's are gonna come. So music therapy is really very beneficial because it affects humans on different levels. Yeah.
Okay. So there's another question for you from Eleftheria. Eleftheria. Okay. So
Hi.
Eleftheria has, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Please ask. Yeah.
Hi, Katarina. Thank you so much for a beautiful presentation. And what also kind of comes to mind is also the sounds of nature and how that also really affects us. Like bird song, I know also really,
Yes.
calms the nervous system. And then also cats, what research have found is cats purring. If a cat is purring
Mhm.
on you, and your bones are, your bones can heal faster. I think it's 4 times faster, but don't quote me on that.
Yes.
So it's important to note that the humans also have our own song.
Sure. Music that comes from nature is the most healing music for ourselves. Yes. So I always say it's not just music. We have also be aware how to make a balance between music and sound and silence. And this silence is in nature. It's actually not silence, but it gives us our inner silence. So whenever I'm disconnected with myself, I go in the forest, I go to the seaside just to hear to these sounds of nature. Without this, we're nothing. And the most beautiful musical pieces get actually back to these sounds of nature. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Katrina. And in the comment section here, we got a question from Srishti Sharma. And her question is regarding with the relapse rate, high relapse rate, how to reduce the high relapse rate, specifically in depression and anxiety. And she has mentioned that she would love to know from both of you that what approaches have you found most effective in supporting long-term recovery and resilience. So this question is for all three of you. So I would like to start from Dr. Srinivas Murthy.
I would like to do that. Firstly, Firstly, I want to say beautiful presentation by Ashish and Katrina. Thank you very much. And for example, one is music, to say parents, caregivers always find music to be the most important thing that they can do. The second one is I have put in the chat box this book cover. This is by a psychologist who is a musicologist who was on drugs for 20 years for bipolar, recovered, and she has 10 stories where different non-pharmacological methods have been used to recover. I have put it in the chat box, the details of the book. It's available in India for a very low price of about 400 rupees. Beautiful, excellent way people have presented their experiences.
Thank you.
My own personal feeling is that we have undermined the positive aspects of doing things naturally, exercise, sleep, nutrition, connectedness, music, spirituality. So for the person who asked about it, I would say in addition to pharmacological interventions, think of good lifestyle as part of your life, and you'll find it to be much better. Not only in anxiety, depression, even in schizophrenia, When exercise is introduced, they find that the person recover better and the prognosis is better. So my single advice is, think of your hype, as Ashish said, totality, and make multiple interventions rather than depending on only one medicine or the other. Thank you very much. Ashish.
Yes, it's a. I'm totally agree with Murthy sir. Um, so I just come with Srishti's question. Srishti asked that there is a there is a specifically that's a high relapse rate, specifically in a depression and anxiety. Yes, Srishti, we are. That's why we require the coach, or we require the someone who can guide or who can take care of and who can control your and who can guide the giving you the perfect path. So when you are taking a collaborative treatment, just like the music, then therapeutic treatments, as well as the medicines, home remedies, or correction of your lifestyle, there are the chances of relapse. It depends upon person to person how emotionally he's strong or not. So uh, that is the specialty of that coach, how he handle or how he guide or she guide for the that treatment. And definitely still the relapse is there, but there are the chances of cure is more, because you are connected with the someone, and when you are connected with the someone at that time, you are getting the good guidance also. So connection with the other person is the first remedy, and then after is the second remedy, just like the music. Yes, I'm using the music in my therapies also, a lot of musics. But definitely, Katrina, I would like your specialty to involve in my therapies, because when we are doing the panchakarma therapies, we are utilizing all the bird sounds and the forest sound and sea sound and the different type of sounds. So I would like to connect with you after this meeting or maybe later on, and definitely we will work on this project.
Great,
Thank you.
thank you. Yeah. And maybe we could also talk about negative effects. We all always talk about positive effects of sound and music, but we have to be aware of negative effects. And because we are not aware that the sound environment actually affects us when we're not aware of it. We're subconsciously, our body gets everything that's around us and we react to it. So it's so important to be aware in what kind of environment we are in. We have to be we have to put in our life supportive environment in every level that you already mentioned, Murti and Ashish. Yeah.
Yes,
If
there
I can
is
come
a
in for a,
sorry.
if I can come in very briefly, Srishti, about 5 years back, I talked to Schizophrenia Association in Pune, taking charge. What are the things you can do to prevent this one? I'll be happy if you can send me an email. I'll send you the write-up, which gives you very specific, evidence-based methods of taking charge. I've just sent it to Rajini already, just a few minutes back, but I'll send it to you, Srishti, and I'll be very happy if you send me any specific issue to respond to you. Just to add, I do only voluntary work, so you don't have to pay any money for me. I'll be happy to help you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And we have got another interesting question, which is very relevant in a contemporary society. That is the intervention of AI as a tool to help human healing, their mental health. So, are you currently doing any studies about AI and its relation with the mental health or something like that?
I would like to answer for this.
Please.
So basically, AI is the gatheration of the knowledge, and that is a tool which is collecting the knowledge from the which is already scattered in the network. So basically, till the time we are not that much advanced to connect this one with the mental health. But yeah, for the people who are dependent on the Google, so definitely AI they can utilize, and they can get the number of sources and number of things in a basket. But after all, just like Katrina told earlier, there is the negative side of everything. Just like if we are not get know about the what is negative side and we are utilizing the thing, might be just like the decoction more than 3 months, it can be registered to your body, so can be get a side effect. So particularly when utilizing the AI, we should put a prompt properly, then only we can get the correct answer.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right. And I mean, my own experience, especially in India, I have seen that all three systems of medication, of therapies, be it allopathy, Ayurvedic, homeopathy, and other secondary approaches like CBT, meditation, yoga, musical therapy, they definitely offer unique strength and they can complement one another effectively in addressing mental as well as other health issues. But I have generally seen, I mean, this is my experience. You might be possessing a different experience. I have seen often people, doctors, they criticize each other's system a lot. You know, generally, allopathic doctor, they do not like some Ayurvedic intervention or homeopathy intervention, and vice versa. It is both ways. So I want to understand, is there any possibility and practicality of integrating these approaches in a holistic way so that people could be benefited optimally? This is my question to
I would like to
You
answer
know,
this one.
yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead,
please,
Ashish.
Murthy sir.
No, you go ahead.
you.
So, so I'm telling you this time now the things are changing. Now, I'm a Ayurvedic practitioner, but still I'm manufacturing the nutraceuticals and the supplements for everyone. So diabetologist, gynecologist, orthopedic, neurosurgeons, and everyone, just like yoga practitioners. So customization of the particular medication and people literally this time, what I've seen in these 2 years, the doctors who are allopathy doctors also, when we was in that era before 5 years, 10 years, that the criticism was there. Now we cannot see that criticism because everyone accepted the truth after the COVID situation, that anything can possible, the any disease can be reversed, and a lot of researches are going on that, and ultimately the immunity is the main factor everyone understand. The lifestyle is main factor everyone understand. Now when there is the work of allopathy medicines cannot be replaced by the ayurvedic medicines cannot be replaced by the allopathy medicines, where it's the requirement of that, the situation is like that and you require that pathy, surgery is required, then you cannot avoid it, particularly in
Right.
the cancer situations. When you require the radiotherapy, then you require that one, you cannot
Absolutely.
sustain
That
on
is
the
why I
ayurvedic.
use the word complementing each other. I didn't use the
Yes, yes,
word
yes,
replacing each other. Yes, please,
yes,
Dr.
yes.
Murthy.
I want to take it a little further than that. I think we are reaching a level where we are recognizing not that they are complementary, contributory. Let me say one thing. For example, there is a paper which came out 1 week back where good sleep decreases the brain age by 5 years. Good sleep produced by Isha Foundation meditation, they found biologically fMRI and other things. Similarly, I read a paper called Psychoneuroendocrine Theory of Suicide with 200 papers, 200 references saying that these, see, what we used to think of stress and body different, now they are together. So you can, as Ashish would say, you can attack or you can correct from any angle and you will get the results. And the more number of angles you bring in, the more effective your interventions are. So we don't
Right,
have to think of either or, we think of all of them together.
right, right, right.
I
And
am a
especially,
great, yeah,
yeah, especially, sir, here we have one practical example.
yeah,
Like we have seen, to increase the platelets, most of the
yeah,
doctors have
yeah,
accepted that papaya leaf extract in allopathy also. Now it is an accepted medicine. Actually, that comes from Ayurveda.
yeah, yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah,
But
thank you
there
so
is a
much.
one more medicine is there in a homeopathy, though I'm an Ayurvedic practitioner, but I am supporting homeopathy also because for the I seen that results in a dengue patients that overnight papaya is not working that much, but overnight the WBC increases. The platelet count is increases in several cases. That
Hmm.
the homeopathy is also working in certain cases very nicely.
Hmm. I think
Just to
Dr.
give
Ashish, yeah, please carry on.
just to give one example, till about 1930, there was no drug available for treatment of hypertension. But Ayurveda has been using for 5,000 years Sarpagandha, which contains
Hmm.
reserpine, which was discovered by Dr. Vakil of Bombay as the first drug in 1930s. So there are so many things. I'm not saying everything is in India only. It could be so many areas. I think we have to be open, think of bringing in as many things as possible. And as Ashish said, choose the one which are culturally relevant to you. Whether it's the seasonal food, whether it's the ritual that you are used to it, you will get the best effect.
Right, right. Katrina, how would you like to reflect on it?
I just think that I'm so happy that we're living in time when everything is coming together. Because we were battling for our place so long. And now finally we reach the awareness how connecting is the source of future. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah, so
absolutely.
I'm so grateful to be here and to be connected to all of you because everything is just intertwining. It's just like magic.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right, right. So very interesting conversations we are having right now, and I request all participants to feel free to post their questions in the question and answer box anytime, because we have a few minutes for you in case you got any question. We have three doctors with us coming from different disciplines. So please let us know if you have any confusion, doubt, or you want to clarify anything. Of course, at the same time, I would request any participant who want personal advice to reach out to the doctors in person. That would be always preferable way, because we cannot take personal cases here during the session. But as Dr. Murthy also said that he is all there to help you out, and so you can definitely take advantage of doctor's expertise. Eleftheria, do we have any question right now in the QA box, or do you have any question for the doctors?
We don't have any questions at the moment, but I would just like to also express my gratitude. I think it's such a wonderful time that we are now able to bring multidisciplinary fields together and work together for each person individually. And I've loved this discussion so much. Thank you so much for your contribution to for us to expand our awareness in mental health and know that we can be a participant in our own journey for mental health together with the community. That's very inspiring. Thank you.
Absolutely. And this was truly incredible, insightful, and impactful session. Very, very beneficial. And because this is something with which everybody can relate. And it's not like that you need to be necessarily having some mental issue. It's for everyone. We all want to be mentally healthy. So we should know how to manage our emotions. We should know when to seek help. So these conversations are very important, and a heartful thank you to all our esteemed speakers today, Dr. R. Srinivasamurthy, Dr. Ashish Gaikwad, and Katrina Habe. And you're definitely, I appreciate your wisdom and knowledge that added immense value to today's conversation, today's session. And we also extend our gratitude to everyone who joined us, as participants, for their questions, for their engagement, because your participation, your dialogue is very truly meaningful, which was aligned with the conversation, which made the conversation more deep and more useful. And for details on our upcoming events, please stay connected through our official websites as well as social media accounts. And definitely, once again, gratitude to all the speakers for your time, for your knowledge. And it's time to say bye. So thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Eleftheria. Thank you, speaker. Thank you, doctors. And hope you have shared your numbers. Hope you have shared your contact addresses where people can reach out to you easily. And thank you so much. So please take care and bye.
Bye.
Bye.